Data is about 20 millimeter in size, and a single comb makes about 60 pounds of honey, which is the maximum amount of a comb. Workers pollinate 12,000 flowers daily. Workers are small and active. Due to their ferocious nature, they are not used for apiculture. This is a picture of Apis dorsata. This is Apis kirana indica, the Indian variety, also known as the Indian bee or Asian bee. They are slightly smaller than Apis dorsata. They prefer to live in dark places by making parallel comb of 1 foot in protected area. It is a very gentle species, hence it is domesticated easily and is used in apiculture. The production of honey is 6 to 7 pounds per comb, which is less than the honey produced by Apis dorsata. This is another variety, another species called Apis florea. They are also known as the dwarf bee or the little bee. They are very small in size. They are not gregarious, that is social, so they make single comb. Due to docile nature and rare stinging habit, their nest can be easily removed. This is the fourth species, Apis mellifera, also known as the European bee. The bee product produces less honey, but it is best species for commercial point of view because the honey produced by them is of very pure and good quality. Its Italian variety is reared everywhere in Europe and America in artificial hives. Now the honey is not new to human race. It has been known to human since time immemorial. We have observed the drawings in the caves whereby we come to know that the honeys were known to the human race for very long time. Depiction of human collecting honeys from wild bees can be seen dated to 15,000 years ago. Efforts to domesticate them are shown in Egyptian art, in the cave drawings or in the pyramidal drawings or in many art forms, and it is known that nearly 4,500 years ago Egyptians used to domesticate the bees. But it wasn't until 18th century that Europeans started to understand the importance of bees in terms of obtaining honey, in terms of obtaining wax from them, and so they started constructing the movable combs uh, so that the bees could be harvested, and by using the movable comb hive, the entire colony would not be disturbed while taking out the honey and wax from their comb. So in 1851, by L. Longstreth, here actually by mistake it is written 1951, it is 1851. Longstreth started to use movable honeycombs in order to harvest honey, and so he is known to be the father of honey production or apiculture. As we all know that honey bees, they make a hive which constitute hexagonal cells. They are organized social insects and they are seen more active during the springtime. We know that they exhibit a polymorphism and division of labor. In their colony, we find three major type of class. The main important in their hive is the queen. It is a fertile female, diploid fertile female. Her whole purpose of living is to lay egg so as to maintain a good amount of worker bees in the colony. Drones are nearly 100 to 150 in number, depends upon the colony to colony. Their sole purpose is to fertilize the female in order to produce the offspring or the worker. They are haploid fertile male. The next caste or the type of insect found in the colony is of workers. Their number also varies from colony to colony, but we can estimate that their number is between 20,000 to 50,000 worker bees. We also see a temporal division of labor in them, where there is a division of labor among the worker class also. Soon after emerging out from the hive, from the egg, the workers, their first function is to clean the hives. For 1 or 2 days, their sole purpose is to clean the hive. अपने छत्ते की सफाई करने का काम करते हैं अंडे से बाहर निकलने के बाद. After 2-3 days, their function or their work is to feed the mature or older larvae. After say about 4-5 days of performing this duty, they now perform the duty of feeding the younger larvae. Again, after 7 to 10 days, they function to clean the hive. When they become a bit older, they function to guard the hive. And when they are about 20-30 days old, then they start scouting, moving out of the hive in search of honey. So as you can see in the picture, the number of queen in a hive is generally 1. Number of drones may be about 100 to 150 depending upon the hive or species. Then number of workers about 20,000 to 50,000, or in some colony more workers may be found. The workers are diploid sterile females. Now the life cycle of honeybee: queen, when she is about 7 days old, the virgin queen makes a nuptial flight, and she is followed by about 100 to 150 drones. Each drone copulates with the female mid-air and gives their sperm to the queen. The sperms get stored in the spermatheca. Likewise, a number of drones, they copulate during one nuptial flight. After contributing their sperm to the females, the drones, they generally succumb to death, they dies. So after the nuptial flight, after queen has gathered enough sperms which is sufficient to last her to fertilize her egg for her entire life. एक बार स्पर्म के स्टोरेज के बाद क्वीन अपनी लाइफ टाइम तक उसी स्पर्म का इस्तेमाल करती है एग्स को फर्टिलाइज करने के लिए। इतना स्पर्म स्पर्माथिका में एकत्रित हो जाता है जो कि उसके जीवन भर फर्टिलाइजेशन के लिए इनफ होता है। तो आफ्टर copulation, queen starts laying egg in the hexagonal cell. After few days, the larvae emerges out and the workers, they start feeding the larva, and once they have molted several times and enter the pupal stage, the worker, they seal the hexagonal comb. The workers emerge out of these cells after 21 days. Takes about 16 days for the queen to come out of the hive, of the cell, and it takes about 24 days for the drones to come out of their cell. Queens are fed royal jelly. It is digested honey mixed with pollen, mixed with glandular secretion by the workers, which have mixture of specific enzymes, growth hormones, which makes the larvae to develop into a queen. One of the phenomena is observed in the honeybee. It is called swarming. Swarming is a process of leaving the colony when the number of workers in the colony exceeds to a maximum number, or we can say that when the hive gets overcrowded. So the queen leaves the hive with some drones and workers and establish a new colony at another place. The old hive is devoid of queen. Then one of the worker is fed with royal jelly, and it now becomes the new queen, and it kills the other young emerging queen. Supersedure is one of the phenomena where once an old queen dies or lost the ability to lay egg, the new larvae is fed with the royal jelly and it will become the new queen. This process is known as supersedure. Absconding is also one of the phenomena. Absconding means छोड़कर भाग जाना. It happens when, due to some calamity, due to some unnatural cause or destruction of the comb by termites, or due to any other reason, the workers along with the queen, they leave their old hive and move to the new place. This phenomena is known as absconding. It is different from swarming. Nuptial flight, I have already told you that when the queen is 7 days old, it makes a nuptial flight or a marriage flight. She is followed by drones. The drones copulate with the queen, provide her with the sperms, and then dies off in the process. Now, what is apiculture? Apiculture, as I have already told you, is a process of culturing or artificially making hive, artificially rearing the honeybees. Now, there are two methods of obtaining the the honey from the honeybees, or two method of apiculture. One of the method is known as the indigenous method. It is the method which is way old, very old, and the other method is called the movable hive method. In indigenous method, the honey is collected from the places where honeycombs are already there. The expert personnel, they uh, make a smoke screen near the hive so that the pheromones of the agitated honeybees does not reach the other honeybee, and the person is able to remove the honey from the comb. The other method of apiculture is known as the movable hive. They are divided into 5 types. Typical movable hive, the queen excluder, honey extractor, uncapping knife, and other equipments. This is a typical movable hive. It is constituted by 6 uh, layers. First layer is known as the stand, the second layer is the bottom board, third layer is known as the brood chamber, where the queen honeybee lays her egg, then a super chamber, inner cover, and top cover. In super chamber, the honeybees or the workers, they store their honey. Now, a typical movable hive is constituted by number of frames, and the size and number of frames are variable according to the need. There is a perforated sheet, zinc sheet, where the perforation is of 0.375 centimeter. It is the perforation through which the workers can move about, but the queen is unable to cross this perforation. This enables the queen to stay at one chamber only. Stand is a basal part of the hive. It is adjusted to make the slope so that the rainwater, if at all comes, can drip down slowly. Then the second part is the bottom board. It is situated above the stand and forms the proper base. It has 2 gates. One gate is for the entrance and the other gate is for the exit. Brood chamber, it is the most important part, provided with 5 to 10 frames. Each frame has a wax sheet held vertical position where bee can start making walls and cells. Every sheet of wax is known as the comb foundation, which attracts the bees for the comb preparation on both the side. It helps to obtain the regular strong worker brood cell, which can be used repeatedly. Every sheet of wax is known as the comb foundation. The next layer is called the super. It is without the cover and the base. It is provided with many frames and contain comb foundation to provide additional space for expansion of hive so that the honey could be stored in them. Inner cover is the wooden piece used for covering of super and has many holes for proper ventilation. Top cover is the plain and sloping zinc sheet is fitted to protect the colony from the rain. Queen excluder is a very important uh, uh, part in the beehive. It consists of wire gauze, extrans guard, and drone traps. The worker can pass through it, but the queen cannot pass through the excluder. The other equipments involved for apiculture are honey extractor. It functions to extract the honey from the comb. Uncapping knife is another equipment. When the honey is filled in the comb and sealed by wax, the wax cap is removed by heated uncapping knife, and then the honey can be extracted out. Other equipments involve the gear, cloth gear, headgear, gloves, brushes, net, veil, etc. The product obtained from apiculture is honey, which is of high nutritional value. The honey bees or the worker bees, they visit the flower, collect the nectar and store them in their crop. They go back to the hive, they regurgitate their nectar into the worker's mouth. The workers then mix the nectar with their saliva. They keep it in their crop for some time, and then they uh, vomit out or regurgitate out in the cells. These cells are then kept open for some days. The worker bees fan these cells so as to evaporate the water or the moisture from them, and after the nectar has matured, they seal the mouth of the cell, which is used by them to feed the larva. So, how the honey is produced? It is not obtained directly from the plant, because nectar, pollen, etc., they are ingested by the honeybee. It gets mixed with their saliva, undergoes certain chemical change due to enzyme action. Some ingredients are added to the mixture and reduce the water content. The whole mixture is collected in the honey sac until it reaches the hive. The honey is concentrated by strong current of air produced by rapid beating of worker's wing crawling over the cells, and when this nectar is matured, they seal the end of the cell. Composition of honey: it is 38.9% levulose, 21.3% dextrose, 8.8% maltose. It is also enriched with enzymes and pigments. Water content is 17.2%, ash is 0.2%. The economic importance for honey: honey is used as food product. The wax from it is used to make candles, cakes and bread. Honey has a medicinal value. It is laxative, antiseptic, sedative, and it is used in Ayurveda and Unani medicine. They act as a curative for ulcer of tongue and alimentary canal. Typhoid germs are killed by them. They are used as preservatives in brewing industry, in poultry and fishing industry. It is used to stimulate the growth of plant, bacterial culture and insect diet. Bee venom is used as a shot for rheumatoid arthritis, nerve pain, multiple sclerosis, desensitizing the people allergic to bee sting. The composition of venom is melititin 30 to 50%, phospholipase A 10 to 20%, apamin 3%, hyaluronidase 2%, mast cell degranulating peptide 2%, histamine less than 1%. The other product obtained from the bees are propolis. It is a resinous mixture that honeybee produce by mixing saliva and bee wax with exudate gathered from the tree buds. It is used by the bee to seal unwanted spaces in the hive, and in humans they are used to treat cough and throat irritation. Bee enemies and disease. Bees have several enemies, from wasp, birds, beetles to wax moth, Galeria, Melonilla. The caterpillar lives in the silken tunnel made by the bees and feed on propolis, pollen and wax in the colony. Wasp, it waits near the entrance of the beehive, catches the hive as they come out, macerate them for feeding the juice to its young one. Other enemies are beetle and etc. Some of the diseases found in honeybee are acarina. It is a disease. It causes infection in the tracheal system of the bee. Varroasis. It is caused by Varroa destructor. It sucks the hemolymph of the bees. American foul brood. It is caused by Bacillus larvae, causes the death of bee larvae. Nosema. It destroys the stomach cells and interferes with the digestion. It is caused by Nosema apis. Then there is another disorder known as the colony collapse disorder. It is a phenomena that occurs when majority of worker bee in a colony disappear and leave behind a queen, plenty of food and few nurse bee to take care for the remaining immature bees and the queen. This disorder causes great economic loss because bees play an important role in pollination of many agricultural crops. Several possible causes for colony collapse disorder include infection with Varroa and Acaparis mites, malnutrition, genetic factors, immunodeficiency, and pesticides. Agencies involved in apiculture in India are Apiculture Product Export Development Authority, National Bee Board, Central Bee Research and Training Institute, Pune. Besides, there are Khadi and Village Industry Commission, also KVIC. It was L. Langstroth, father of modern beekeeping. He was the first to understand the bee space and patent a hive, and wrote a book, Hive and the Honeybee.